I've been a fan of Actman for a very long time, even regardless of some differing political opinions. And I just saw a debate he did. And debate is a word I'm using very loosely right now because it was more so a public execution for the man that he was debating. It was one of the worst conversations I've ever seen for one side. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get into it and we'll break it down as to why it is so horrendous.
My country is LGBT free. Good. That's a good country right there.
So right off the bat, you could tell what kind of person this is. My country is LGBT free was the comment, and he responded, good, that's a good country. So, yeah, he's just a hateful, spiteful person, and he's going to spew a lot of hate and spite and vitriol for the rest of this, but I just wanted to give you a clear, like, this is who this guy is.
The man
What's
himself.
poppin'? Yeah.
All right, Actman, I have one question just to start off. In the words of the African prince, why are you gay?
Yeah, super professional way to open a debate, for sure. One that he reached out to Actman for as well. Very interesting. It's a funny meme, but God, it's so old. Like, this is where these people live, though. It's 2016. They never left.
You were supporting Leon mods that were gay, and you were anti-Ashley mods, and I was wondering why you did that.
Huh?
I feel like that perfectly illustrates where Actman is at when he is invited to this. It's very clear that neither of them have any clue what they're doing. And Actman was invited, so I don't really expect him to have a clue. But to bring up some weird mod shit about Resident Evil 4, a game that's a couple of years old now, the remake, okay. Sure, whatever. But then he's going to bring up proof, don't worry.
I mean, if you have the tweet, we can go over it, or whatever the tweets are.
So I thought this was one interesting tweet. You said,
yeah,
so
I mean, we can start off with this stuff, by the way. Like,
dude,
I'm down to freeform.
Dude, I'm just going right into it, and feel free to ask me a question whenever you want. But I think a lot of people are familiar with the Nexus mods scandal. How they're banned. So people just wanted to remove LGBT trash from games.
So I cut a bit there, but if you caught that, he was asked to bring up the tweet in which Actman said these things. He then immediately brought up a different tweet and never comes back to that. Interesting.
Do you not see the double standard that people are allowed to put like gay stuff in there, but aren't allowed to remove it?
Are you talking about Nexus Mod's double standard?
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, they're an independent company, aren't they? So they're allowed 100%. To do what they want. Of course, there might be a double standard there, but right. There's also the idea that no matter what they choose, they're going to piss some group of people off, right? If they allow mods like that, they're going to piss off one group, but if they take them down, they're going to piss off the other. So it's really a no-win situation for them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of up to people's own interpretations. But yeah, I believe I corrected that mistake that I made, maybe a quote retweet or something. So if that's all that can't be all the ammo you have. Surely you've got something stronger.
Oh, no. My other question is, does the fence ever hurt? Do the splinters ever hurt from sitting on the fence so much, bud?
So if you caught that, he also... Why is he asking Actman about the double standards of Nexus mod? That makes zero sense. It has nothing to do with Actman's integrity or whatever else. Now, if you want to say, yeah, he was wrong about that tweet he made, yeah, he clarifies that himself. So what's the point of bringing that up then? And then when Actman says, this can't be the only ammo you have on me, his other damning evidence is, how does the fence feel? How did the splinters feel on your ass from sitting on the fence so much? What damning proof, man? What? Wow, what scathing evidence you have there? No, can you at least back up your first claim before you move on to your next one?
To answer your question, if there's been a steep decline, how do you quantify masculinity? I mean, like the Doom games, like 2016,
well, dude,
Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages coming out. We just had Space Marine 2. That's pretty fucking masculine. I mean, Leon Kennedy, Resident Evil 4 remake. I think Leon Kennedy's a fucking badass, pretty masculine. Isaac Clarke, the Dead Space remake, pretty fucking masculine.
Exactly, but which is a remake of a 2007 game.
Right, but those are still remakes released within the last couple of years, all featuring protagonists that we all consider to be fucking Giga Chads. So
right,
obviously there's some contention around your premise that masculinity has fallen off on a steep decline or something. In some ways, sure. Maybe there's more pandering. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that we had Medal of Honor, we had Sam Fisher, we had Ghost Recon, we had all of these great like masculine characters in games, and it seems like everything now is either a remake. Like what new very masculine character has come in a game recently?
New?
Yeah.
Are you talking like entirely new franchise?
Right. That's not a remake of a 2007 game, because that just proves my point that games back in the day were more masculine and everything's feminine now.
I think you're just moving the goalpost because you were talking about masculinity in video games, and I gave you several examples of protagonists, but now you're saying, what about new characters? So you're kind of just moving the goalposts on this.
I don't have to move the goalposts. Dead Space is a remake of a 2007 game, so that proves my point. So, but you disagree. You disagree that games are.
So no, he's wrong. What he did just then was precisely moving the goalposts. He asks Actman, do you agree that there's been a steep fall off in masculinity in gaming? Actman says no, because if you look at Doom Eternal, Doom 2016, if you look at, he names a bunch of examples. There's Helldivers, God of War. There's a lot of masculine games. What does he say? He says, well, can you think of any new ones? You literally changed the definition of the argument because Actman was pulled out so many examples. He was only able to pull out 3 examples from the 2007 era. And if we're talking about the 2007 era, how many of those games were not sequels or remakes? I mean, remakes weren't as common, but sequels. Halo 3 was out in 2007, 2008. That's obviously a sequel. Gears of War had already been at least in 2 or 3 by the time 2007 rolled around. I'm going to double check that. That most of these games, Sam Fisher, Metal Gear Solid, these games were already well established in the early 2000s or even the 90s, way before there's any so his whole argument of there being a new franchise, that doesn't make any sense. Because, you're just moving the goalpost to something that Actman probably can't think of on the top of his head. Because there's not that many new game IPs. There really aren't. Especially, there's a lot of indie game IPs. But if we're talking about the debate that they're having, they're specifically talking about the AAA market. And how often do you see a new IP explode? Like Fortnite was the last one, and that's just a collage of IPs. I genuinely don't understand his argument here.
You disagree that masculinity is in decline in video games. Is that what you're saying?
I disagree with some parts of what you've said, yeah.
Okay. Has the check cleared for Payday 3?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, all right. Hit the bank account?
Yeah, sure did.
And look at that. His argument just gets dissected even a little bit, and he's going to hop to a different topic as fast as he can. You're going to see a lot of this. This is like so clear-cut grifting, because the man doesn't actually know what he's supposed to be arguing. He just knows the talking points, and if it gets any deeper than the surface level talking points, he has to run like a little bitch, and it's hilarious.
So you truly liked Black Ops 6. You truly like the new Call of Duty game, because that feels like we're waiting for the check to clear from Activision as well.
See, the funny thing is that parts of your audience don't know that you're joking.
No, I'm not joking, brother. I swear to God.
I hear you laughing. Like
I'm laughing at the fact that I think you were.
I don't think you're an idiot, bro. If you're familiar with my content, you have a very good understanding of why Activision does not pay me or offer to pay me, nor would I accept offers for payment.
You're talking about their game. You're still talking about their game, and you just said, what did you say? Treyarch is cooking with this one.
Yes.
So has the check cleared? That's my only question, because the game is dog shit. I've played it. The game is dog shit.
Objectively, of course, right? Your subjective opinion. Yeah, you're fucking with me, bro. And it's like, it's so easy to sniff it out, man.
I think Actman is a little bit wrong here. I don't think he's fucking with him. I don't think that's what he's sniffing out. I think he's sniffing out the grift. I think he's fully just smelling that putrid musk of, I don't actually believe a single word I'm saying. Which is almost somehow worse than believing all the fucking nonsense he believes. It's wild.
I'm trying to piece a lot of these things together, like why.
And you're doing a really bad job of it.
Why
by the
you
way.
don't talk about woke stuff? Why you there's certain rakes that you avoid stepping on, and I wonder if it's to be more palatable to your corporate handlers. Okay, all right. I knew you were going to deny that, so it's fine.
What?
Here's my other.
No. I'll answer that question.
Yeah,
I'll answer that. Why do I avoid? So I watched about 2 minutes of your woke YouTubers video, and I could not stop laughing. And I was like, I gotta sit down, get some popcorn, and really enjoy this. Right. I especially liked the part where you were like, why don't these YouTubers talk about racism directed towards white people?
Yes.
And you know what? You're right, bro. I started working on a new video. It's called "Why is the Great Replacement Theory So Bad?" And I think the fans are gonna love it. We're just hard pivoting to political content on my main channel. I'm all in. I'm like you, man. I'm all in.
Dude, I get it. You want to protect your money. You want to protect your cash. And the way you do that is by playing both sides.
I am true to myself, Andy.
I want to protect my money too. I get it.
I know, at the cost of your own soul, man. You are sacrificing something that when you go up to the man upstairs, he's going to know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I've gone through your history. I have all the archives. I have the community posts you deleted yesterday about us. You're so bad at deleting things and hiding things from your audience, bro. I have it all, okay?
He will bring up this point a few more times as well with the, I get it, man. You're playing both sides. You got to protect your bag. I protect my bag too. Dog, that doesn't sound as good as you think it does. You're admitting that you're grifting. Actman just has a generally centralist view, from what I can tell. And I've been an Actman fan since the old Halo 5 days when he was shitting on that game. Yeah, he's always been fairly centrist. He's made anti-woke videos. He's made anti-SJW videos. I'm pretty sure he made a video on mansplaining. Or manspreading, if I could be wrong. I mean, back then everybody was making a video on manspreading. That shit was hilarious. This is the wrong person to be debating. Actman does not play both sides. He makes fun of both sides, which he will say soon.
Go down to Andy's Xbox channel and look at all the undeleted community posts he has sucking off Starfield.
Dude,
go check.
No, absolutely.
If you want to accuse me of being a corporate shill, bro, we can play that game.
I just like the game. I like the game. I wasn't paid off. I wasn't paid off by Activision the way you are.
They pay you $5 for each of those community posts, bro.
No, go for it. Everybody can go look at it.
Look, you're faking this confidence, and I've seen through it. Okay, I see through this facade.
Go for it.
Your audience might not at this point, but if they watch the video that I create, they will.
So, I'm actually very excited for this potential video. Unless this is the live stream, I doubt he meant the live stream. I don't think he had any intention on posting this live stream, Actman, until Andy Pants ended up disabling the comments section on his own. And then also unlisting it and just making it generally hard to find. So, yeah, I'm excited for that future video to see the extent of his grift. You can go and you can check on his Xbox page. It is, in fact, still there. Most of the shit's not deleted. He's deleting now. If you look, his Twitter is being purged. He was caught with his pants down pretty hard. And it's hilarious. Again, it's just really funny to watch him struggle. It's just like watching something squirm, you know?
So one question for you. Concord had 3 black females in it and not a single white man. Did you
3 too many, isn't it?
Did you think that was strange at all? Did you think that was strange at all that it had 3 black females in it and one white man, or are you just going to ignore like obvious stuff?
This is the hard hitting stuff, bro.
No, it's just a question. Can you answer
I'm just asking questions. No, I was more distracted by how unappealing all of the character designs were. Imagine, like, see, the thing about you, Andy, is that I've seen older videos of you.
Yeah.
I've seen things, and you are capable of having good, like, nuanced, well thought out takes.
Ooh,
What you're hard pivoting to right now is built on a foundation of lies and hatred. Okay, and you're pivoting to this
hatred towards what?
Towards anyone that's gay, all the LGBTQ community.
Did you say that you're a Christian earlier?
I would not say I am a Christian. I'm not like a practicing Christian, but I do at times talk to friends, and what would it be like? Not necessarily practicing Christianity, but you talk to your friends and you
Integrity.
Understand.
Act man, this is what people say online. You have no integrity. This is what we're talking about.
What?
You have
that
zero
I'm not
integrity.
A Christian? Because
you're trying to play both sides to make money on your YouTube channel. You have
wait,
zero
hold up.
integrity,
You just asked me if I was a Christian. Where were you going with that?
I did.
What does that have to do with my integrity? Only people with
it had. Do you stand on your? Are you a Christian or not? And do you stand on those values?
No, I'm not a practicing Christian.
Okay.
No, I don't go to church.
Okay, all right.
Why do you ask? What's the purpose of that?
Well, no, you just started. It's.
Do you think I'm like, I'm a big fan of the 9th commandment. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
What is that? Coveting?
No. It's funny. My other buddy said it. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. I'm a big fan of that one.
I'm not a Christian. I couldn't give less of a fuck whether or not this dude knows the 9th commandment. But as a he's a very self-righteous, like, I am a Christian, you aren't standing on your Christian beliefs like I am. And he can't even say something within the top 10 commandments. Isn't there only 10 There's only 10 commandments, right? Am I wrong there? Right? So, he doesn't even know the original 10. He's gonna call Actman a lukewarm Christian later, but Actman, somebody who says he's not a Christian, knows more about the Bible than he does. That's crazy. You guys need to understand how bad this grift is. This is like one of the worst grifts I've ever seen, and it's successful. So I don't know if it's bad or not. Maybe it's not. I have no idea, honestly.
We have a funny quote from you. Let's see if I can. I found your old video on political bias in game journalism. And again, like, this is a good take. But see, like, the audience you've cultivated is not going to like something that you say here.
Oh, great. I can't wait.
Yeah, these are your words. The more gay, lesbian, trans, and female characters we have in games, the better. The more diverse perspectives we have in games, the better they will always be. This isn't really lining up with the direction your channel is going in, does it?
Yeah. What I will say is that about a year ago, I was backing Xbox, and I think it's pretty commonly known that I used to have an Xbox channel. And then I think in those moments of me backing Xbox, I would say stupid stuff at some points. And, if anybody wants to find that or Google that or whatever, I don't really
is that one of those stupid things you don't think?
Yeah. Well,
so you completely 180 that?
So yes, it was stupid. And so what I think you need to understand is that I formerly had an Xbox channel. And when you're going down that logic of like, I have to support everything Xbox does, you start to say stupid stuff and you grow and you become a better person and you move on from that. And
I can't even imagine that conservatives find that argument compelling whatsoever. A year ago, he was defending Xbox and saying that because he defended Xbox so hard, he was defending trans and gay people. Which, okay. I'm an Xbox fan myself, and I don't know, is Xbox woke or something? Whatever. So, I've also never felt the need to defend everything Xbox does. If you're a fan of something, you don't have to defend every single thing they do. Like, that's called being obsessed. It's very clear that he was just grifting before, too. He was an Xbox grifter who was basically on the whole console wars thing, drumming up as much toxic shit with that as possible and then making videos on it. And now he's switching to a more toxic grift that seemingly does him a little bit better because people feel more strongly about something that isn't just a dumb Xbox. He should teach a Griftology 101 course at this point. It's fucking crazy.
Do you want to go ahead and call me homophobic now or later?
You said that twice. Like, is that your?
No, go ahead. Well, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Is this your fetish? Are you into that? You into the humiliation kink?
I'm in.
Yeah, you like that? You fucking homophobe.
All right. Well, just know whenever you want to be like, oh, you're homophobic, I've got a response ready for you. So whenever you want to do that. So
generally when I go into a debate with a plan, I don't debate, but generally if I was going to go into a debate with a plan, like a gotcha moment, I wouldn't tell my opponent the phrase he needs to activate the gotcha moment. That seems ludicrous.
Here's my next question.
You think so little of me.
Given that LGBT are a tiny 3% of the population, is it strange at all to you that their depravity is being pushed in 100% of games now?
I have two issues with this. One, that statistic is inaccurate. It's not 3%, it's closer to 7%. And that's based on polling by the people. You know how many gay people are in the closet? That's all I'm going to say there. So it's a higher percentage than that. And then second of all, he says being pushed. Being pushed is different from being included. Now, would you say that having a rainbow flag somewhere within the game, like that you can equip, it's entirely optional. Would you say that's LGBT shit being pushed? Or would you just say that's it being included? To say that 100% of games now are pushing an LGBT agenda is actually crazy. You live in a different world if you think that. I don't understand how, and I guess this is a fairly common criticism among the right, is the pushing of LGBT propaganda, basically. It's not pushing to include those people and things in games and media. It's just realistic. 10% roughly. I'm gonna go a little bit higher because he was a little bit lower. 10% of the world is gay. That's my rough approximation, because I think more people are lying than not, honestly. But let's say 10% of the world is gay or LGBT in some way. Then yeah, I feel like 1/10 of characters should be gay to like, roughly, at least, just to reflect reality. If we're like, it's like the same with, I get when it's tokenization. Tokenization is different, where they're like, well, this amount has to be gay. That's different. I'm just saying that because there's a percentage of the world that's gay, we should roughly see that percentage reflected in video games. And if you look at, like, Rocket League, there's one gay flag. So, yeah, and then there's every country's flag. So I guess that's being pushed super hard. If you're looking at Halo, they have the Pride events when it's June, you can get a free rainbow skin. Oh, it's being pushed so hard. You're a fucking snowflake if you believe that. And I know that term has been thrown around a lot by the right. You are an actual little snowflake who melts at the single slightest amount of warmth because of... If a gay thing is even mentioned, you lose your shit? Calm down, dog. Just ignore it. If you're not gay, guess what? It's not made for you. That's it. That's the full extent of it. But gay people exist, and they're a rather large part of the population, honestly speaking. I know a lot of gay people. 1 out of every 10 people, roughly speaking, that I've met has been gay. It's not pushing to have realistic representation in a game. it is pushing when people like Blizzard have a piece of paper and a spreadsheet where it ranks the person by diversity. That's for sure bad. That's not a realistic expectation that any company should have. That's stupid. That's tokenization. That's not what I'm calling for at all. I'm just saying you shouldn't be upset when gay people are included in games, because they're included in real life too, okay? Same with black people too. So believe it or not, black people are real. They're real, and they're just fellow human beings who probably want some sort of representation on the screen. You get this mad when one black person is on screen. Imagine if there was no white people. You would... That's how they feel all the time. You know how many movies and shit there are where there's one black person or zero black people? Yeah, we've started including black people recently because they were specifically disincluded. Same with gay people. This shit frustrates me to no end, so I think I'm just gonna end the video on this tirade right here. Grifters are fucking stupid. They're actually fucking stupid. What do you want? What do you genuinely want out of the world? Do you want a world where gay people aren't shown, where black people aren't shown? Do you want a realistic percentage of people to be shown? Is that what you're pushing for? Or would you not give a fuck if there was no black people in the game? Like, let's say Concord. Concord failed because of a lot of reasons. I would honestly say the marketing and the generic-ass game design and art direction is what made Concord fail. But he brings up Concord a few times as far as there's 3 black women and no white people. Yes, there is white people in that game. Yes, there's white men in that game too. But yeah, there's more black people, I guess. Who gives a fuck? I didn't even realize that. Because I didn't play it. Nobody fucking played it. 700 people played it, and you're out here, oh, they're too woke. Why do you fucking care? More people are going to watch your video about Concord than actually played the game. You're drumming up garbage out of nowhere. The boy who cried woke is such an unbelievably beautiful way of putting it. I hope I included that clip here. If not, I'm going to figure out a way to. The boy who cried woke is such a beautiful analogy for this situation. They just sit here and they scream and cry, oh, there's this and this and this. And then once something finally does happen, where you could say, yeah, this is a left-leaning thing. Like Nexus Mods was taking down anti-trans mods. You can for sure say that's woke if you want to. Yeah, that's woke. But even Actman didn't believe that was true because so many people are screaming, this is woke, that is woke, this is woke. That you're claiming everything is left-leaning, dog, and woke doesn't even mean that. Woke is just African American vernacular that literally just means the opposite of being asleep politically. I don't know if maybe the money is worth it. Perhaps, like Actman said, he's just willing to sell his soul. But it doesn't even seem like this person believes any of the shit he's spewing. It's unbelievable how, like, obvious it is. Because he's laughing the whole time. He switches topics the second there's any nuance delivered. He has nothing. He has nothing to say except for the grifting talking points that everyone has. The fact that it's fooled so many people, I think you should probably look at your own ideology if that fooled you. If you're fooled by any political bullshit, you should probably more critically look at how you politically align. That goes for left, right, center, whatever. Just, you should always critically think about this shit. If you're looking for content that's like this, grifter, expose type shit, go to the Birdman's channel. That man has a series called Exposing the Grift, and it is some of the best content ever. He's been covering The Critical Drinker and a couple others. Holy shit, he is so good at, like, breaking down why they are wrong and bringing just a heap of fucking evidence for it, like with the whole Yasuke thing. Grifters suck. Watch out for them. And maybe if somebody makes their entire identity politics, they're really not worth being around. That's all. Have a good one, dogs.